You cannot file this your self-assessment if you are not on the tax administration platform. So you need to ensure that you are doing that. Many people have come complaining that there are things you cannot do. Probably you are a businessman and you will do importations. And all of a sudden now you want to go and do importation. If you don't have a team, not just having a team, if your team is not active, your team cannot work because you have not been doing your self-assessment. If you go down to customs to register your form M or maybe you're trying to do it will not fly. You can't. That personal income tax is 20% of your taxable profit if your turnover is below 100 million.
That's business.
Yeah, if your business turnover is below 100 million, and 30% of your taxable profit if your turnover is 100 million. You understand me? And this taxable profit, when I say taxable profit, is your profit after deduction of your expenses and your allowances for your capital expenditures. 100%. You need to be tax compliant. And the beauty of the whole thing is that it's better to be compliant than to be non-compliant.
What are the consequences?
Why? Because no, not even the consequences. The cost becomes higher for you. The cost becomes higher for you when they start charging you penalties and fines.
Welcome to DJ Ronnie.
So, sir, you mentioned you work with FIRS. What do you guys do exactly?
Okay, FIRS stands for Federal Inland Revenue Service.
Okay.
That is the government agency that decided with the responsibility to collect revenue from the federal government.
Okay.
Yes,
By then,
taxes.
tax. Okay.
Yes, revenue taxes for the federal government. There are specific taxes that are under the purview of the FIRS to collect. And from the government, I have to be one of
Okay, so basically you guys collect tax.
Yes.
And it's from different businesses. So for a layman who is a businessman, how would you explain tax to them? Because in Nigeria, to be particular, tax is something that they just wave aside and they don't take seriously. So to a layman who is a businessman, how would you describe tax and how you should prepare for it?
Okay. Tax, you know, is a compulsory payment. It's a compulsory contribution. Yes.
Okay.
That compulsory part of it has to be mentioned because it's something that is an obligation of every citizen to the country. Because the country needs funds to run their government, to provide social amenities. And so tax is a way of the people giving to the government so that government can give to people.
Okay.
So basically it's compulsory for individuals and for businesses to contribute a particular sum to money for government expenditure.
Okay. I don't know businesses. They mentioned individuals.
Yes.
Show more like this.
Yes, when we were growing up, I used to remember my primary school. The older one in the market, we started running when tax. We are running because those who came to collect income taxes. You know, it's now income tax, it's an individual tax now.
Okay.
So, a man, when a man goes to a particular age, he will start paying tax as his contribution to government because he's doing something that he's earning money from. He might be doing business in his name. So you can't tax the business, so you tax him.
Oh, okay. I get it.
So that is that income tax. I say individual. Individual also, when you have a business name, like sole proprietorship businesses, are not basically business because it's not different from the owner.
Yeah, that's a business.
The owner is the business, that's a business. The owner is the business. That's why if you know, like that, if you have a corporate account that is in a business name, you can just put your name in the check and it flags. So because you are just like the business. So when taxes are collected from such companies, also from then there are the other taxes from business.
Okay. So what are the current income tax rates right now in Nigeria, and how do we calculate?
Income tax rates are not something, especially individual, personal income tax is not something somebody can stay here and start to say it is this. But there is how it's graded. That's why it's called pay as you earn.
Pay as you earn.
Pay as you earn. So it has range. It has ranges.
Okay.
You understand that from social amount is this percentage like that. You understand? So it is as per how what you earn that determines the percentage that will be charged. As your income increases, the percentage increases. But the minimum percent is 7%.
That was what
The minimum percentage is 7%.
So the higher your income,
the higher the percentage that you are going to be charged. That is as per personal income tax. But for company income tax, the company income tax is 20% of your taxable profit.
Okay.
There are things I can't get to start going through, because if I don't go through it, you will not understand it. But take it that personal income tax is 20% of your taxable profit if your turnover is below 100 million.
That's business.
Yeah, if your business turnover is below 100 million, and 30% of your taxable profit if your turnover is 100 million and above. You understand? And this taxable profit, when I say taxable profit, is your profit after deduction of your expenses and your allowances for your capital expenditure.
Okay. So, can you briefly explain the process of tax assessment or filing? And then I think I know there are periods in the year when, or in the month, when you guys come for this tax.
Okay, actually, let me say, for the benefit of people who are going to listen to me, or to watch your this that, for you to be successful in your business, you need to be compliant with tax. It is your responsibility to the government. And the government has given that opportunity when they did the tax administration self-assessment regulations of 2011, giving it back to you for you to be the one who will self-assess yourself.
Okay.
At the end of a period to say, this is what I got from the business.
Without them coming to assess you.
Without them coming to assess you. Back in the days, government will look at your business and assess you and give you assessment of what to do. But now, it is self-assessment. If you do your business from January of 2022 to December of 2022, and your year ending for your business is December 31st, when you finish your business by December 31st, you are required to, between 1st of January 2023 and June 30th, 2023, file your self-assessment of your business.
Okay.
Where you now say, oh, within this period, this was the total sales or total turnover that I could make from this business. And within that period, I was able to use so assets to generate so revenue. Okay. And it cost me so expenses. I paid bills, I paid salaries, I paid these are, I did innovations of my assets and all those things. All these things you bring in, you understand me, and file your assessment. Filing assessment means that you should have registered with the files. So that's why it starts. That when you register a business from CAC, the next responsibility is for you to register with Federal Revenue and collect your taxpayer identification number. With that taxpayer identification number, you can now open an account with the bank. The bank cannot open a corporate account for you if you don't have a taxpayer identification. Yes, that's the thing. Now you register and do that. And while you register for TIN, you have also register also for tax formers, which is the tax administration platform now that they are using in Nigeria. And it is on that platform that you do your filings. Both the tax satisfied monthly, the value added tax, and the corporate income tax that comes like the end of the every year. That's annual. You understand? So you cannot file this your self-assessment if you are not on the tax administration platform. So you need to ensure that you are registered. Many people have come complaining that there are things they cannot do. Probably you are a businessman and you've been doing importations, and all of a sudden now you want to go and do importation. If you don't have a team, not just having a team, if your team is not active, if your team cannot refer because you have not been doing your self-assessment, if you go down to customs to register your form or maybe you're trying to bring goods, it will not fly. You can't. I had a friend calling me from Lagos 4 years ago. He was trying to do a forest trade with his business name online. He couldn't complete it. Why did he complete? His team was not verified. And he was asking me. So I told him to go back to where the register is. Get it possible. It's tax important for the business, 100%. Due to the tax compliant. And the beauty of the whole thing is that it's better to be compliant than to be non-compliant.
Because of the consequences.
Why? Because no, not even the consequences. The cost becomes higher for you. The cost becomes higher for you when they start charging you. There are things like fines for non-compliance. The law, tax is based on law. It's not something a friend can do for a friend. Because it is based on law. You default, you face consequences.
I also know a friend who said that you need to be up to date with tax to be able to access grants or contracts. How true is that?
Yes, now. For you to get a contract, there is part of documentation. There's tender documentation that you're supposed to do as a company for you to get a contract. Part of it is that you should have registered with TENCOM to show that there are people who are earning salary from you and they are pensionable. You're supposed to have registered with ITF, the Industrial Training Fund. You're supposed to have registered with NSITF, Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund. And you're supposed to have a tax clearance for that period on that level. And what is the tax clearance? Clear to say you're up to date with your tax. So that's that.
Okay.
And that's also for loans now. In the bank, they cannot give you loan if you cannot say that you are tax compliant. Yes.
Are there new regulations now that are guiding tax in Nigeria?
There is already a standing which are the tax laws.
Any new updates?
Updates always comes yearly. The National Assembly makes modifications to the laws every year in the form of financials. The financials for 2023 just going to go. That's how much I can say about it.
Okay. So for anybody out there that wants to be compliant with tax, apart from FIRS, is there another place they can go and pay, or is it just FIRS?
Okay, beautiful. You know, the Nigerian tax system is graded from the federal to the local government.
Okay.
So it's important that people should know that the FIRS collect tax from the federal government, while the state internal revenue service collect tax from the state government, and the local government revenue collect tax from the local government. They have various taxes that they collect.
Okay.
You go to the local government, you have business premises,
Okay.
you have street naming taxes, other kind of small taxes are collected. If you come to the state, they have the taxes they collect, the personal income taxes, and other taxes that the state House of Assemblies can make law for. You understand? There are states that you go, you see the state government has collected tenement rate. You might go to other states, you see the local government that collecting tenement rate, just like that. So a business name pays its income tax to the state. Like I live in Omania now. My personal income tax is deducted every month from my salary and paid to Abia State government. You understand?
Which one is for federal?
This personal income tax also different. The federal is the company income tax, the value added tax, the capital gains tax. Capital gains tax is a tax you pay on every gain that you make from disposal of an asset.
Okay.
You bought a land
Okay.
at 50 naira, sold it at 100 naira, you make 50 naira profit. You are supposed to pay 10% of the 50 naira as gain, as capital gains, as CGT. That's the petroleum profits tax. There is NTDF, that is Technology Development Fund. When the National Assembly was establishing some of these agencies, it provided for how they are funded. There is also the police fund that people contribute to, as far as scholars.
Police fund.
Yes. At the end of the year, there is very infinitesimal amount of money. It's coming from different businesses and so it's used to fund the police.
So in self-assessment for tax by businesses, are there instances where they have lied about the money, the amount they make?
Of course, people are good there. So they can lie.
And it's okay.
That's why there is an agency that is starting with the responsibility.
Which agency does that?
Self-assessed.
Okay.
Proceed to that.
Okay. Wow, thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
At least every business that knows to hear this now knows the nitty-gritties about tax.
They can't get everything from our discussion and because I am not authorized, there are certain things I can't say.
Okay.
The FRS website is always there.
So they should go
Somebody
there.
can go to www.firs.gov.ng
Okay.
and when you go there, you see the Nigerian tax policy and information you will need on it. In fact, you can verify your team on the FRS platform. You understand? And where you need a physical interface and working through the FRS office. You understand? The human office is at 4 GK Street. Walking to that place, see the customer service, that's their service. Whatever question you have, we now give it to you.
And
This one that I told you is just on my personal note as an advice.
thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, brother.
Until we meet next time, bye.